everybody, Fiber Spider back again in the kitchen with another tasty treat for you. Today we're going to be making tomato soup. It is so easy, you're not going to believe it. It's just a few ingredients, doesn't take long, and it's mwah. I made it once before with some slight tweaking and variations, and I was so pleased with the results. It makes about 2 nice-sized servings, and the ingredients couldn't be simpler. Butter, onion, tomatoes, water, salt, and my secret weapon, garlic. Oh, I love garlic. How about you? Yes, it's one of my favorite things. And I think you guys are really gonna like this, so let's hop right in, shall we? Okay. Alrighty, so I have all of my ingredients set to go. Let's get started. All right, first things first, we're gonna need 4 tablespoons of butter, which is half a stick. All right, so let's do this. And we're gonna start by melting our butter. I'm not gonna put it on the heat just yet, but I wanna get this started. So just need to, actually, you know what I should have done? Just keep the wrapper on, use the lines on the paper, that helps. There we go. There we are. So just going to cut this up into smaller chunks so that it melts a little bit easier. The heat is not on at the moment, so not to worry. There we go. Set you over to the side. All right, then, okay, so we have that going on. Now, we also have half of an onion here, and it, I would say really it depends on your flavor palette. If you want more, fine, more. If you want less, okay, that's cool too. So you really don't have to do anything crazy with your onion. Just cut it up roughly, because later we're going to be blending this, so not to worry. So we have our onion set to go. You could just leave it as is. Then my secret ingredient, garlic, and plenty of it. I love garlicky dishes. So these I already peeled, so they are relatively good to go. I'm just going to give them a schmack, okay? Just get them flat and ready to go. And this is an unnecessary step, but I like to do it anyway. Sort of release all of those lovely flavors as our soup is simmering. There we go. There. Okay. So we are almost there. All right, first let's get this butter going. Now I'm going to put it on a low heat so that it does not burn on me. It just melts. I just want to melt the butter. And let's see, what would be a good spoon here? Let's do this one. All right. And you know what, for good measure, let me also cut my onion lengthwise as well. There. And while that is happening, I'm gonna open up my can of tomatoes. So this is a 28-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes. You could use crushed, that's fine too. So get this done. Really just want to get everything underway so that when that butter is completely melted, we will be good to go. And it is, oh, it's starting all right. Yes, it is. There we go. And you don't have to do anything with the tomatoes. Now, because we are, like I said, we are going to be blending this up later, so not to worry. All right, this is melting nicely. I just have it on a very low heat right now, but we're going to raise the temperature so that we can bring our soup to a nice simmer. And then we have a cup and a half of water. I'm gonna add some salt. We are rocking. We are getting there. Now, the butter almost melted. It's getting there. Let me put my remaining butter back in the fridge. There we go. Yeah, so after the soup has done its simmering, we're going to use an immersion blender. I don't know if I said this before, but yes, we're going to be using an immersion blender. It's very, very simple. Now, if you don't have one, you can use a regular standard, blender. The only thing is when you put the top on, take that little inside cap out and cover it with a towel. Otherwise, you are going to have a problem and stuff is going to go everywhere. So keep that in mind. Okay, this is almost completely melted. All right, so quite simply, I'm going to add in our cup and a half of water. There we go. And a half of a teaspoon of salt. There we are. And our onion and our garlic. I love that garlic. Try not to have too much spillage. There we go. And then our tomatoes. There we go. All right, so let me scooch this to the side and get you just a little bit closer. Bear with me. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. All right, so going to give this a nice and healthy mix. Now, right now, all of our solids, they're pretty solid, but as this cooks, the tomatoes, the onions, the garlic, everything will get nice and soft, and you can start to break apart the tomatoes with your spoon, not a problem. And also, like I said, we are going to be blending this anyway. So give it a nice, healthy stir initially. And the butter really, really makes this savory. Oh, it's so good. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is raise the temperature a little bit so that it really gets the flavors going and everything. And then I'm gonna bring it down to a simmer. And once it does that nice soft bubble, going to let it cook and simmer for about 40 minutes, all right? And then we get to do the blending and then we get to enjoy. So, yeah, what I figure I'll do is I will do the whole simmering process off camera, and I will see you in a bit. Alrighty. Alrighty, my dears, so bringing up my soup to a lovely, lovely simmer. I tell you, this kitchen smells divine. I wish you were here. So I'm going to leave this uncovered with a slight bubble simmering away for about 40 minutes. Just wanted to give you this little quick update, and I will see you soon. Alright, so it's been about 40 minutes of simmering, and now we're almost done. We just need to make it a more homogeneous, consistency. So, going to get this off the stove onto my hot mat here. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? Let me turn this off. Okay, so right now, going to use my immersion blender. Yes, and speaking from experience, the first time I made this, I used a rather large pot, And so the level of the soup was really, really low. I used a smaller pot so that the level would be higher so that I could utilize this bad boy a little bit easier. So the trick is trying to figure out how chunky or how smooth you want your soup to be. I like some chunks actually. To me, this is very robust, very hearty, and so I like some chunks in there. So let's start with low. Now get this submerged. Otherwise, yes, stuff does go flying. I would suggest wear an apron, skeleton or otherwise. And I'm going on low right now. So you could really, really make this as chunky or as smooth as you want to. And this breaks up the tomatoes and the garlic and the onions. Another thought that I had actually was adding jalapenos. I do have some of those in the fridge, but I thought, you know what, it's not necessary. That might be bordering on gazpacho at that point. Yeah, this pot definitely worked out a lot better than the last one, I tell you. And the last thing you want to do is have this splash on you. This is still boiling hot. All right, I think we're good. All right, so just unplug this and undo this. There we go. And I can wash this nice and easy. Let me get this to the sink real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, so all I have to do is bowl this up and we'll dig in. I'll see you in just a moment. Hi again. All right, so now for the moment of truth, we have the taste test. Now, I'm not going to tilt the bowl so you can see it better. Yeah, I learned that lesson the hard way with some of my other things, but this soup is really, really nice and rich and thick and creamy because of the added butter. And it looks absolutely delightful, and I can't wait to dig in. Bon appetit! It just, it warms me through and through. Oh, gives me a warm and fuzzy, snuggly feeling. The only thing that's missing right now is a rainstorm or snow outside, because this would make that perfect. Because this right now, this is one of those days where, I don't have to go to work. I can just, hang out in my pajamas, and I got a nice big bowl of hot soup freshly made. I just wish there were bad weather outside, because it's more enjoyable when you don't have to go out in it. So, Oh, this is so good. Now, to top this off, actually, if you are so inclined, a little bit of fresh basil, I think, would be incredible. Or perhaps a sprinkling of some fresh Parmesan. I think that would be really nice too. This doesn't have either of these, and it's so good. Oh, the garlic really, really brings it out, I think. The onion does give it a nice flavor, but the garlic, yes, I have to have another sip. I'm sorry. I gotta. It's just so rich. And it is perfect for 2 nice-sized servings. Now, of course, if you want to double the recipe for a larger crowd or for more leftovers, yeah, go right ahead. Of course, yes, you would want to use a bigger pot. You do not want this to overcook on your stove, I am sure. But I hope you liked today's video. I certainly am enjoying today's video. Warm and fuzzy. If you liked today's video, please give a little thumbs up button down below because you know that I appreciate your appreciation as always. And have you made tomato soup before? Was it similar to this? Was it different than this? I'm always looking for feedback and constructive criticism. Let me know. Yeah, I mean, I know that instead of water, I could probably have used uh, uh, maybe a vegetable stock, low sodium, because we did add salt to our pot before. There are lots of variations. Other vegetables I could have added, perhaps. Let me know. And there you go. So listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I had to. So listen, until next time, you know what to do, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay making fabulous things in the kitchen and sharing them with those that you love. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.